Hi everyone, I'm Sandra Mohan, student of the Georgian College Barry in Food and Nutrition Department, and welcome to my Pecha Kucha presentation on the topic food hazards. By the end of the presentation, you will get to know a much about the food safety laws, type of hazards, its examples, and prevention methods, likewise. So, moving on to my presentation, first of all, we need to know understand about the food safety laws like Ontario provincial food safety laws, local municipal legislation, and the federal government food safety laws. According to the federal law, Health Canada is in charge of developing policies and establishing standards for the food safety. And now, what really food hazards means? And food hazards are any substances or material that can get into any food item and cause a foodborne illness or harm to customers. Is considered as a food safety hazard, and there are mainly four types of the food hazards. First one is physical, and second one is biological, and third one is chemical, and the fourth one is allergens. Now let's look into each hazard in detail, and the first one is the biological hazard. It is mainly caused by the microorganisms contaminating the food, which can happen at any point in the supply chain, as microorganisms can be seen everywhere. And hazards also depend upon the factors surrounding the host food. So we can memorize these biological hazards using a symbol called FATTOM, like food, acidity, time, temperature, oxygen, and moisture. So the examples of the biological hazards include bacteria, viruses, fungi, parasites, and yeast. Next, I will consider about the chemical hazards. So chemical hazards are mainly naturally occurring or added to the foods that can cause foodborne illness or human injury. In some cases, chemical hazards can also occur during the processing abuse, especially in heating treatments. And unlike other type of hazards, chemical hazard can cause a long-term effects with symptoms that can only manifest after a while. So when consumed, it can trigger severe reactions including food poisoning and other adverse health effects. And the type of the chemical hazards includes cleaning chemicals, pest control, antibiotics, additives, pesticides, preservatives, mycotoxins, and other natural toxins. So it can be memorized using another symbol code like CAPT. And next, we will focus on the physical hazards. Physical hazards is any foreign objects or extra inert material that can contaminate the food and can cause injury or act as a precursor for the growth of the pathogens. So depending upon the size and composition, physical hazards and its food safety issues may vary. So physical hazards can sometimes be prevented through physical observations and inspection. And for detecting the physical hazards, an automatic detector can also be used. And examples of the physical hazards includes glass shreds, metal fragments, bone from meat, stones, stems from fruits, shell from seafood, hair, nails, and likewise. And finally, our last hazard, that is the allergenic hazards. It is mainly a food safety hazard caused by the proteins that the immune system of some individual mistake as dangerous foreign material and cause dangerous reactions. So these proteins are natural parts of some foods. Allergic reactions can cause swelling, abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, etc. So in more serious cases, allergens can also cause anaphylaxis. This is a severe allergic reaction that causes blood pressure to drop and which can block breathing. And according to the recent research in the US, more than 20 million citizens have been reported to have food allergens, and in contrast, approximately 2 million people in the UK are diagnosed with at least one food allergy. And by law, food establishments and manufacturers must declare any food allergens in a food product as a part of the allergen management program. And the 14 main common food allergens are these, and as you can see on the screen, they are mollusks, eggs, lupin, soya, milk, peanuts, likewise. So next is how to identify these food hazards. So first of all, we need to conduct a hazard analysis and consult with food safety experts, and also we can review related news or complaints regarding the products, and also the establish information about that hazard. So we identify the hazard. The next step is the prevention of these food hazards. So first of all, the prevention of the biological hazards. The main thing we need to do is hand hygiene and sanitation. And the second thing is keeping all the food at a correct temperature. That is, cold food should be kept at 40 degree, 4 degree or below, and hot foods should be kept at 60 degree or above. Also, through thorough cooking and reheating inhale the harmful bacteria, and using the separate cutting boards and utensils for the different types of foods can also prevent the avoid contamination. Next, we will focus on the prevention of the chemical hazards. So, firstly, we need to train your employees on the safe handling, sanitation, and maintenance practices. Also, we need to educate them regarding different types of chemical hazard, and also we can store the chemicals in a designated areas, and with perfect labeling and color coded. And next, we can highlight the prevention of the physical hazard. First thing we need to do is a good manufacturing practices and thorough inspection and handling of the raw materials. Also use specific detection system for the detection of the physical hazard. There are also the digital solutions to control the food hazards, like there is a food safety smart app. This app gives smart notification that remind of food safety task, and it also give real-time overview, which can help the managers to save the time. And also there is also a customizable monitoring logs, which will help into record the essential information. Also, it provide a step-by-step instruction that help to ensure accurate performance. And finally, in conclusion, food hazards, including the biological, chemical, physical, and allergenic hazards, pose significant risks to the food and public health. So, the implementation of the systematic food safety management system like HACCP, ISSO, FSSC, which can are essential in identifying, evaluating, and controlling these hazards to ensure the safety of the food products throughout the supply chain. And by implementing the system, organization can demonstrate their commitment to the food safety, meet regulatory requirements, and gain trust from the consumers and stakeholders. Next is a quiz section. As now we have explored the various aspects of the food safety, so let's switch our gears and have some fun. So get your thinking caps on and let's see how well you can identify and prevent food hazards. The first question is, what is the most common food hazard that can cause foodborne illness? And the second one is, food is in the temperature danger zone and at the risk of rapid bacterial growth when it is kept at temperature between blank, so you need to fill it. And third one is, identify the type of the hazard in these things like dish soap, bread, mold, hair, and nails. So enjoy. I think you understood about my presentation, and that's all. Thank you.